My love, when I say I need you, I do not mean I cannot stand without you. I do not mean my life collapses in your absence. I mean something quieter, something stronger. I mean your presence adds meaning, not survival. Your voice brings calm, not rescue. Your existence enriches my days, not completes them. I stand on my own feet, with my own strength, my own purpose, my own direction, and still I choose to walk toward you because choice is more powerful than need. What I truly need is honesty between us, respect that never fades, kindness that does not disappear. When things are unclear, I need space where both hearts breathe, where neither feels smaller, where neither feels owned, where love is a meeting, not a holding. If you walk beside me, let it be because you want to, not because you feel required. If you pause, let it be safe. If you turn, let it be without guilt. I need you in the way. One needs truth. One needs peace. One needs mutual understanding, not as a lifeline, but as a shared direction. And if life brings us together, I will meet you with steadiness, not desperation, with clarity, not fear, with open hands, not chains. That is the kind of need that does not weaken love, but protects it. My love, I want to explain this carefully, so it never sounds heavier than it is, so it never feels like a weight resting on your heart. What I feel is not urgency, it is alignment, not dependency, but recognition. I recognize the way conversations feel calmer when honesty leads. I recognize the strength that comes from mutual respect, from listening without defense, from choosing understanding over fear. I need connection the way humans need truth, not to survive, but to live well, to grow, to become better versions of themselves. I need love that allows room for silence, for difference, for individuality, for days that don't look perfect. I do not need certainty today. I do not need promises tomorrow. I do not need assurance to breathe. I need sincerity. I need clarity. I need kindness that does not change. When things feel uncertain, I want a bond that does not rush ahead of readiness, one that moves at the pace both hearts can sustain without pressure, without imbalance. If you are beside me, I want you standing tall, not leaning. If I am beside you, I want to arrive whole, not incomplete. Love should feel like support, not survival, like partnership, not rescue, like peace, not anxiety. And if we walk forward together, let it be with steady steps, with mutual respect, with room for growth, with space for both voices. I need love that strengthens, not love that traps, love that expands, not love that confines. That is what I mean. When I speak from my heart, that is the truth beneath the words, and it is offered freely, honestly, and without expectation. Whatever you choose, know this: I respect it, and I remain grounded in who I am and in how I love. And now I will speak, not to convince, not to claim, but simply to reveal. I have learned that real love does not shout, it listens, it waits, it understands timing. Even when the heart is ready, before the moment is, I have learned that wanting someone does not mean owning their future. It means honoring their freedom, even when that freedom includes uncertainty. I do not measure love by how tightly it holds, but by how safely it lets go when space is needed, and how warmly it welcomes when closeness returns. I am not afraid of patience. I am afraid of losing gentleness. So I choose patience again and again, because gentleness preserves dignity for both hearts. If you ever wonder what place you hold, know this: you are not a destination, you are a presence, something felt, not pursued. I do not ask you to change your world, your plans, your pace. I ask only for truth, spoken softly and received without fear. If our paths move together, let it be natural, like rivers meeting, not forced, not redirected, just flowing toward the same sea. And if they do not, let there still be respect for what was shared, for what was honest, for what was real in the time it existed, because love does not disappear. When it is sincere, it transforms into gratitude, into wisdom, into calm remembrance. This is not a demand. This is not a promise. This is a presence, standing where honesty lives. And from here, whatever unfolds, I remain open, I remain kind, I remain whole. I want to stay in this place of honesty where words are careful and intentions are clear, where nothing is said to trap a feeling or rush a decision. I have learned that hearts need safety more than intensity. They open wider. When they are not pushed, they stay longer. When they are respected, what I offer you is not a future written in stone, but a present built on truth, a way of speaking that leaves no regret behind. I am not trying to arrive before you are ready. I am not trying to pull you out of your own rhythm. I am only standing here as I am, clear, patient, and honest. There were moments when emotion feels heavy, when words want to spill faster than wisdom allows. And in those moments, I choose restraint, because restraint is care. If you step closer, I will not rush you. If you step back, I will not guilt you. If you remain still, I will remain respectful. This is the balance I believe in: connection without control, affection without obligation, truth without pressure. I want us to be able to breathe in the same space without fear, to speak without rehearsing, to be quiet without misunderstanding. Love should feel like trust, even before commitment, like peace, even before certainty. And if the day comes when our paths align clearly, I will meet you, not with urgency, but with readiness, not with need, but with choice. Until then, I stay rooted in my own life, my own growth, my own becoming, and I let love remain what it is meant to be: something real, something kind, something that does not ask for more than it can give. That is how I continue, with an open heart and steady ground beneath my feet. There is a quiet strength in letting things unfold without gripping the outcome, without rehearsing tomorrow. Before today has finished speaking, I am learning to trust moments as they arrive, not as promises, but as invitations to be present, to be honest, to be kind. I no longer chase certainty. I allow understanding to grow at its own pace, in its own time, because what is rushed often breaks, and what is patient learns how to last. When I think of you, I do not imagine ownership. I imagine conversation, shared silence, mutual respect, two lives walking near each other, without trying to merge too soon. I want connection that feels like choice every single day. Not obligation, not expectation, but willingness renewed. If one day you reach for my hand, I want it to feel natural, like something your heart decided, without persuasion, without pressure, without fear. And if you don't, I want you to know that my care does not turn bitter, that respect does not disappear, that honesty does not become regret. Because love that is real does not punish distance, it does not shame hesitation, it does not demand certainty. Before trust is ready, I believe in building slowly, in listening more than speaking, in allowing hearts to reveal themselves when they feel safe. So I remain here, not waiting in suspense, but living fully, growing steadily, keeping my heart open without placing it in your hands. If our paths join, it will be because both of us recognized something true and stepped forward together. Until then, I walk gently, with patience as my companion, and respect as my guide, letting love stay honest, quiet, and free. I have learned that love is not proven by loud declarations, but by consistency, by showing up without applause, by staying steady when nothing dramatic is happening. Real care lives in ordinary moments, in checking, understanding before assuming meaning, in choosing gentleness, even when emotions feel heavy. I am not here to rush a future or to trap a feeling inside words too strong for the moment to carry. I am here to let truth breathe. Some connections grow best when they are not watched too closely, when they are allowed to stretch and rest and change shape without being judged. I value clarity, but I value a peace more. I would rather move slowly than move fast and break trust. I would rather be quiet than speak from fear. If there are days you pull inward, I will not chase. If there are days you feel close, I will not cling. I will simply remain myself, balanced, present, whole, because the strongest bond is between two complete people, not two halves, looking to be saved, but two souls, choosing to walk with care. I am learning to hold space without filling it, to listen without correcting, to offer support without trying to control. This is not distance, it is respect. This is not indifference, it is maturity. This is not silence, it is trust forming. And whatever this becomes, or does not become, I want it to leave us better, more honest, more aware, more kind to ourselves. So I continue forward with patience in my breath and integrity in my steps, letting life unfold naturally, knowing that what is meant does not need to be forced. If our story grows, it will grow gently, rooted in choice, watered by understanding, and strong enough to stand on its own. Until then, I say, open, not attached to outcomes, but committed to truth, and that is the quiet promise I keep. Honey, I want you to understand that my heart is patient, not because it is weak, but because it has learned strength through silence, through waiting, through respect. I have walked through storms of doubt, of fear, of disappointment, and I have survived, not by clinging, not by forcing, but by standing steady, by honoring my own truth and the freedom of those around me. I have learned that love is not ownership, it is not possession, it does not demand attention, it does not shrink when unreturned. It is an offering, quiet, unwavering, given freely, without expectation. It exists as a reflection of the giver, not as a weight on the receiver. When I think of you, I think of presence, not pressure, of understanding, not demand, of patience, not urgency, of respect, not control. I do not fear distance, do not fear silence. I do not fear hesitation, because real care does.